how I approach a challenge?
Um, Honestly, I usually really want to avoid it. But I definitely can't let myself avoid my problems. So, I will try to avoid it, and then it will bother me and gnaw at me for a while, and then I'll realize I have to deal with it, and then.
Honestly, I find not worrying helps. Like if there's a challenge, I'm just gonna put it off to the last minute, and then I'm just gonna do it. Because thinking about it just fucks me up. Thinking about it just makes me feel uncomfortable.
Like I make it into a joke and then I'm like, okay, we'll just deal with this and then make it as funny as possible and then it happens. I usually talk them out and then sometimes I do visualize about them, especially about like what I really, really want versus like what I think I want. And then like I then pick and choose and then like kind of like group things together and then like step by step to somehow reach a goal. I don't have a mindset.
My first step's always talking to people, but not really because I don't like talking about problems. So I talk to the one or two people in my life that I genuinely trust. And I'm not really looking necessarily for them to actually give me advice, but I'm more looking for them to validate the fact that I have a problem.
Well, there's always more, so I don't ever really feel like I have issues with anything. I was having problems. I think it's like make a like either like a mental list or a physical like to-do list of like what I'm supposed to do. And then like I don't know. You know, check out the Pinterest, find some motivational quotes. And then there's also this book that I read that it's like your guide to becoming one of the universe. And it's like a really cool book that I like to use to like just like ground myself. I guess grounding myself is my first step.
Honestly, I just need to talk it out with other people. Like it's hard for me to come up with plans or come up with solutions or challenges on my own. Like I'll have ideas, but talking to other people and talking those things through is the way that I do it.
I usually deal with challenges internally on my own.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's important to identify what the actual problem is. Because usually my problems are not really what I think they are.
So when a challenge comes my way, I get frustrated, but I accept that it is the way it is, and I have to move past it somehow.
Yeah, I just talk it up to people so then they're like asking me about it. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta keep doing this.
Cycling through the intense emotions that come with endurance and making yourself do something that's intensely painful.
I'm doing it, I'm accepting the challenge.
So like there's an acceptance process.
There's an acceptance process, yes.
I feel like the middle of anything is tiring. You know, like the middle of the movie, you're just like, I want to leave. And that's how I feel sometimes. I was like, I just want to quit. And that's always the hardest part, I think, like, is the middle. Am I growing though?
Halfway there. I feel like that's probably when I would get the most frustrated. And sometimes I feel like maybe I can't overcome the challenge, but then I keep going, and I realize that I can handle a problem that is facing me.
I'm not willing to give up. I don't like losing. So I don't let myself lose against myself. And if I gave up, if I died, that would be like the ultimate loss. And I'm just too competitive for that, essentially.
It's like exciting, I guess, because like you don't know how it's gonna turn out. Because like it's like you've done all this work, and like there is gonna be an outcome, but like what is that outcome? What's gonna happen to me? Who knows? But like at the end, and that's really kind of exciting.
When I'm nearing the end, I'm definitely having some second thoughts. I'm definitely wondering a little bit if I chose the right way to go about solving the problem or overcoming the challenge.
I wanna die, I wanna die, I wanna die.
Well, some problems don't have any ends, but they're problems.
I hard knuckle it like I hard knuckle everything else. It's not sustainable, but it works. You just push really hard and you do everything. Never, like, every once in a while you run out of stuff to give, but then you're done.
I am usually tired of dealing with the problem, but it's almost over at that point.
My support systems really try to remind me of how I'm gonna feel at the end. But I'm usually pretty caught up in the impact that what I'm doing is having on other people or other things to think about my own feelings at the end.
With the help of others, I depend a lot on my support system.
But I don't know, when I can see the end, I'm over it. I don't even care anymore about what I could have done or what I should have done. It's just about finishing it and finishing it in the way that I think is best.
I don't know. I have to push myself as hard as possible always. Like, that's the nice thing. Is like, in the end, you're like, you've given everything and you know that you've given everything.
Oh my god, I've done this, and like here it is, here's the end, here's the outcome. And like then you start reflecting on like all the mistakes you made along the way, perhaps. But like it's still gonna happen. So like then like that very last step is just like a calmness.
I usually feel like I have grown because of the problems I've dealt with. And I feel stronger and more able to handle other challenges in the future.